the Twin Cities suing the DHS.
We will continue to push back with everything we got.
A lawsuit revolving the immigration crackdown. A miracle in the water.
It could be so much worse.
How a paraglider survived a dangerous fall. And a heartfelt reunion.
They were lucky to find them, I guess.
All thanks to a stranger. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Dylan Pizzay.
Good morning. I'm Nicolette S. for today's Tuesday, January 13th, 2026.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
The state of Minnesota and the Twin Cities sue the Trump administration over its immigration crackdown. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security is facing a new lawsuit after large federal immigration enforcement operations occurred throughout the cities.
The state accused the DHS of violating the 10th Amendment, arguing the unprecedented federal immigration operation is interfering with the state's authority to govern. CNN's Sherelle Hubbard has the story.
The Department of Homeland Security has responded to a lawsuit filed Monday accusing Minnesota politicians of not doing their jobs. That's after the state of Minnesota and the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul, sued the Trump administration to put a stop to its immigration crackdown.
The deployment of thousands of armed, mass DHS agents to Minnesota has done our state serious harm.
Federal agents dispersed a group of protesters after a fight within the crowd on Sunday night. Or an ICE agent pushing a man who was blocking an ICE vehicle to the ground Saturday. All this after unrest over ICE agent Jonathan Ross shooting and killing protester Renee Good last Wednesday. One resident visited the site of Good's killing, adding to the growing memorial where she died as she tried to drive away from an ICE agent last week.
It's been heartbreaking, horrifying. I cannot believe this is happening in our community.
Residents and local government alike expressing grave concern for an immigration crackdown that's only set to grow. Around 1,000 additional U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents are expected to deploy to Minnesota.
Minneapolis used to be known as an open city, as a loving city, and now it is invaded.
In essence, a federal invasion of the Twin Cities and Minnesota, and it must stop.
City leaders say they're committed to keeping the pressure on.
As long as federal agents are in our city acting unconstitutionally against our neighbors, we will continue to push back with everything we got.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
The Department of Homeland Security announced they will invest over $115 million into drone and counter-drone technologies. This comes ahead of America's 250th anniversary, where many celebrations and events will require more security than usual. The United States will also be hosts for several FIFA World Cup games, where large crowds are expected across the country, including at the bronze final here at Miami's Hard Rock Stadium.
The Celebrate Freedom Foundation is honoring music legend Sam Moore by naming its MQ-5B Hunter drone after the iconic singer. The dedication marks 1 year since Moore's passing and highlights his lifelong support of veterans and youth. The aircraft will travel to schools, inspiring students through hands-on STEM education and aviation history.
A paraglider fell from 500 feet into the ocean, and thanks to the actions of those nearby, he lived to tell the tale. WPTV's Zitlali Solaci has the story.
Witness cell phone video capturing the fall.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
About 500 feet from the air to the waters.
When I heard the number, I was actually quite blown away. 500 feet is an incredible thing to survive.
Sarah Williamson, a lifeguard with Palm Beach County Ocean Rescue, was scanning the waters on Friday.
I noticed the paraglider kind of going in an interesting pattern.
She noticed the motorized paraglider losing control after hitting a wind gust.
I just started running and I radioed to my partner, grabbed our rescue board and rescue tube and paddled out in tandem.
Williamson and her partner swam towards the paraglider.
Once I got out there and I saw that he was above water and not drowning and alive, I was so proud to just get out there and bring him back in, because it could be so much worse.
She credits a nearby snorkeler who was diving trying to free the man from the lines.
He was a godsend because we did not have a mask, and he was able to get underwater and free the man while we secured him in a rescue tube.
They brought the paraglider back to shore, who only suffered cuts and scrapes while wearing a helmet.
And when you guys were ashore, what did he say?
He was pretty full of adrenaline, and he was in shock a little bit from the whole thing.
Now, taking the time to remind people to stay visible because seconds matter.
Fly near a lifeguard, swim near a lifeguard.
In Riviera Beach.
Always be near safety.
Zitlali Solache, WPTV News.
A World War II veteran was finally reunited with his military dog tags after more than 80 years. LEX's AJ Patel has the story on how the actions of a stranger made this reunion happen.
Reunited for the first time in more than 80 years, Yul Moore didn't even remember how he lost his dog tags in the 40s.
I didn't even look for them. Look for them in the sand where people have been tromping around. They were lucky to find them, I guess.
The former machine gunner didn't think twice about the tags until a few days ago when he got a call from a random gentleman.
I said, do you remember serving as a soldier in that area of Texas? And he said, yes, I do.
Yup, Philip Bergman's friend found the needle in a haystack. His buddy lives in the El Paso area and was metal detecting one day near a former training base when he came across Moore's tags buried in the sand.
I happened to be visiting him in New Mexico, and he gave me a few old things. He gave me some buttons. He gave me this dog tag. And I said, because I showed an interest, I said, let me see if I can try to maybe find his family.
Bergman's been working on this unlikely mission for 6 years.
It's a real honor, really. I'm just very appreciative that I could be a small part of it. But, bring him some joy and reconnect with his past.
He said, thank you so much for your service.
And the miracle doesn't end there.
But your dog tags, they look brand new.
Well, that sand cleaned them off. Kept them clean, I guess. I don't know. They're just lucky.
In Montgomery County, AJ Patel, LEX 18 News.
A group of Buddhist monks are spreading the simple concepts of kindness, compassion, and peace on the road. Their journey began in Texas and will end in Washington, D.C. They stop almost nightly in small towns along the way, using community centers, police stations, churches, and other Buddhist temples. It's taking the monks over 120 days and more than 2,000 miles on foot, but they are not done yet. They say their purpose is rooted in spiritual devotion and civic purpose.
We are now taking on this journey to walk for peace, to raise the awareness of peace, loving kindness and compassion. Hopefully that our country and the world will be healed. Everybody will be living in unity and harmony.
This weekend, the monks are making their way through South Carolina on their way to the nation's capital.
Well, Dylan, the stage is set for the College Football National Championship, and you know what everybody's saying, that it's all about the U.
Yeah, the FIU. Anyways, that's still ahead, and so is this story.
And we've got, as I said, nearly 50 countries. That's a great turnout.
How cross-country teams around the world landed in Florida for their big break. Newsbreak will be right back in just 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
Becomes a hub of speed, power, and global talent. Well, for the first time ever, a world-level athletics championship is calling Tallahassee home. Appalachia Regional Park is now an international showcase with hundreds of elite athletes and thousands of fans descending.
WCTV's Matt Hoffman has more.
Excitement only continues to build here at Appalachia Regional Park. That's because this is the first time the Tallahassee area has hosted a world championship level event. Athletes from about 50 countries coming here to Tallahassee, hoping to make their mark.
But this is a really good turnout, and it's very much in keeping with where we've got 450 athletes here, and we've got, as I said, nearly 50 countries. That's a great turnout.
Friday was a chance for a victory lap. Leon County celebrating its hosting duties. A big turnaround for this piece of land, which used to be the county landfill.
This park alone has generated more than $83 million in economic impact for folks in Tallahassee and Leon County. That's benefiting small businesses, restaurants, hotels, retail.
This event has run into some controversy in recent days. That's because not all the athletes who are supposed to be on this course are here. Some of them were denied visas by the U.S. State Department. Here's what the president of World Athletics had to say.
Had great support on those particular issues, and from the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee, USTNF have been incredibly helpful, as have local authorities as well. So we've got a good turnout tomorrow, but the world's complicated.
In Tallahassee, I'm Matt Hoffman, WCTV Eyewitness News.
Miami and Indiana are geared up for the college football playoff national championship, and both head coaches say it all comes down to focus, discipline, and sticking to the game plan that got them here.
Head coach Mario Cristobal says the approach doesn't change, even with the biggest stage ahead.
Mm-hmm. The routine doesn't change at all. It's almost identical.
With the spotlight growing brighter, Cristobal says the key this week is blocking out everything outside the locker room.
There aren't really distractions. You either create them or you don't. Distractions and things and people have never been a part of the journey. You can't let them become a part of it now.
Indiana head coach Kirk Cignetti says his team knows exactly what kind of challenge Miami presents, calling the Hurricanes one of the most complete teams they faced all season.
Very impressive. Really in all three phases. A lot of twitched up athletes playing fast, playing with a nasty edge. Coach Cristobal's done a great job.
Despite the program's historic run, Cignetti says preparation for the championship won't change.
Is making this game bigger than it is. And, going down that road. Then that would be detrimental, to our preparation.
The game will start at 7:30 p.m. next Monday at Hard Rock Stadium.
The Florida Panthers had a good time on the road yesterday against the Buffalo Sabres. The lead was quickly taken by the Panthers, who scored 2 goals in the first period, but the Sabres were determined by tying the game in the second. The third period would see goals by both teams, but the Panthers edged it out with the final score of Panthers 4, Buffalo's 3. The Cats will stay on the road to face the Carolina Hurricanes Friday at 7 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak, and we are coming right back.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
And that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. As always, I'm Nicolette Esper.
And I've been Dylan Pizet. And remember, you can get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.